What is up? Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Got my boy Philly Foothill in the house today with me. What's up, Foothill? How you doing today?
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills, and I am back in the nest out west, where I'm trying to bring you the best when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles content on YouTube. And I'm excited to be on my man's channel today. Bird Gang 31, how you doing, brother? Hey,
Yeah,
we didn't even plan it, but you could tell it's summertime because we're rocking the tanks, dude.
right. I got you tank tops in a bunch of these shows. I be putting on a jersey, it be too hot, but now
Right? I
jersey.
know. You're in here sweating. You're like, oh man, this
Mhm.
jersey's too hot for the summertime. Yeah, I feel you on that.
And then I like my hair too much, to be wearing. I put the jerseys behind me though. You can see the jerseys behind me.
Oh
I got
yeah,
behind me, so
sure, absolutely.
the hat got to stay off right now. Let the. How's it down there on the West Coast, man? I miss it. I ain't been to Cali in like 2 years now, or this is my second year now. Like I'm from Cali, but
Okay,
I'm in Alabama right now. So
gotcha.
I've been out here for the last 5 years or whatever. So I
Yeah.
miss Cali though. I
What,
miss it.
what part of Cali are you from?
Well, I was born in L.A., but I'm
Okay,
from wine country down in San Luis Obispo County.
okay,
So up in Paso Robles. I was in Paso Robles. I went to high school at Tuscadero High School.
all
So
right.
like I'm from that Central California. I liked it because it's right between LA and the Bay. So like
Yeah,
2 hours there, 2 hours that way. You go have some
right.
fun.
Oh yeah,
Man, where
yeah.
you at?
It's a good location. Yeah. So I'm born and raised in Northern California. I was born in Sacramento. Grew up in Davis and went to high school in West Sac. Um, I'm currently still in Northern California. I'm in between. I'm a little closer to Sacramento than Tahoe, but I'm in between. I'm in the foothills of Northern California. That's where I
Nah,
get my name. So yeah, me and my family have been living up here for uh, going on uh, going on 8 years now. Yeah, since 2013. This October it'll be 8 years up here in Gold Country. I'm not too far from where they discovered gold in California. So
nice.
and yeah, I'm like an hour, little more than an hour away from Tahoe. So yeah, Lake Tahoe is always gorgeous, beautiful any time of the year, whether it's hot or it's snowing. It's always a beautiful place to go. But yeah,
Yeah,
loving the heat out here too. It's getting hot.
if I move back to Cali, it's definitely gonna be Northern California. Like I was born and raised in LA, and then I went to Central California, got to enjoy that air. But like I always like, I used to do other stuff that had me up north. I'm saying a lot of the time, all my summers up there. So I
Yeah.
always get back up there. Remind me of like the back in the day hippie days. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a bunch of free loving people out there, clean air. You know what I'm saying? Like get, hey, you know what I'm talking about.
Make love, not war. Oh yeah, those types. Yeah,
Mhm.
smoking that good herb.
That good stuff. Yeah, that's where
The
I learned
goody good.
that's where I learned, man. I had my own dispensary in Cali for 5 years, so I know all about the good herb. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, okay.
I mean, I was growing, off subject. I was growing for like about a good 20 years. So
All
you
right.
know, history
That's
behind.
probably. I'm sure you covered that on the Mind of P, right? Your other channel.
Not yet. Like that one, like I said, I'm getting that one off, and it's gonna have a lot more of that. I even got some of my buddies up there that they went sovereign. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even go about the regular rules and regulations to everybody else. So I got a show coming up with one of my buddies who's gonna really explain it to people. You know what I'm saying? And let them know, like, you do have a choice. You don't always just have to be, in the system. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Get out
Yeah.
of it. And I'm looking forward to that interview, and it should get pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah. So he lives off the grid then.
Yeah, yeah. He don't got a
Yeah.
light. He don't register his car. He don't
Wow.
none of that stuff. And he's been pulled over and stuff like that. See, it all started like when we had our little farms down in Cali, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We like we don't all listen to the rules, follow around, have the right amount out there that you should have going. And he got caught up in something like that. So that's when he got into the whole sovereign stuff, like really strong way. He always had beliefs of it. I've
Yeah.
always to be free people as well. You know what I'm saying? We're still slaves now, as opposed to like what everybody else think. But yeah, he just went through the whole thing, talked it over with me. He ended up getting out of the case. It took like 2, 3 years, he said, but he ended up not paying no fines, not going to jail. He got
Wow.
completely out of it. It's really just a word game, you know what I'm saying? Once you comply into anything, you give any compliance to any, whatever, then you're part
Yeah.
of it. you're playing their system's rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you don't comply to any of it, like he taught me some stuff. Like I'm like, man, I'm thinking about it, man. I'm thinking about it, but it's like I want to be more, more knowledgeable about it before I even think about doing that. Because I have kids and stuff, and I want to do anything to mess that up. So
Right, right, of course.
I'm an open book. I'm always willing to learn new stuff and try to better my life so I can have a better living quality as well. So that's gonna be coming up. We got some other stuff, like a lot of good stuff coming on that page. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good stuff.
Cool.
But right now, I'm working on this Birds page because it's the one that has the most subscribers. This is what I
Yeah,
love. And I love talking birds, so it's always good, to be on here, being able to do something that I really like to do.
absolutely.
So what made you an Eagles fan, big dog? What made you an Eagles fan?
Um, when it all boiled, I mean, there was a lot of influences along the way, but I grew up, not grew up, but as a kid, I was around all Niners fans. My mom was born and raised in San Francisco. My dad, moved to the Northern Bay Area as a middle schooler. My dad was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada,
Oh, nice.
and then him and his family moved when he was in middle school. So both of my parents were Niners fans.
Ooh.
But right around 12, 13 years old, I wanted to pick my own path. And, even before that, my dad had introduced me to, the Rocky franchise
Mm-hmm.
and just the iconic character of Rocky and what he really embodied and what he represented from the city of Philadelphia and like the heart and soul that 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 the people that they have inside them and that they fight with and things like that. It really opened my eyes to the city of Philadelphia, and it really opened my heart to it. And then with the additions of the, like I said, the other influences of like Will Smith on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, always rocking the
Mm-hmm.
Randall Cunningham jerseys. I mean, I was a big Boys to Men fan back in the day. They're from Philly, Motown Philly, back again, and just different. Those are the big ones that I could think of. But definitely Rocky, was a big influence on me becoming an Eagles fan. Just falling in love with the city and the mindset of it. It's just really what had me fall in love with the franchise.
Nice. Nice. Who's
Yeah.
your players? I'm coming next with that. Who's your favorite players? You gotta give me your top five. I've been getting them from everybody. What five? What you got? In your
My
era,
top five
out of all time, this is in your era
all
of
time. Yeah, okay. So my top five would definitely Randall's going to be on that list because he was one of the first players that caught my attention watching the Eagles games back in the day. So yeah, Randall, Reggie, obviously, the minister of defense, Brian Dawkins, Donovan McNabb, and I'm going to go Malcolm Jenkins as my fifth one.
nice.
Yeah.
I like that list. That's a good list right there. That's strong. That's a
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Got a lot of same people. The only difference probably is I do add um Brian Westbrook. You know what I'm saying?
He was definitely in my mind when I was about to say him,
I love him.
but yeah, I had to pick a little more current player, I think, and I really not only, I mean, I'm just so impressed with Malcolm Jenkins for what he did, not only on the field but off the field as well. All the social injustice stuff that he was fighting for and things like that. It's just that's stuff that guys that they don't have to do. They do that because they want to.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone goes out of their way and puts themselves out there, and he's already a busy man as it is, being a professional athlete. So to step up and do that as well, that really impressed me. And yeah, Jenkins is he's definitely in my top five.
Yes, that is true. He is beast. So now, what are you thinking about this year, baby? I gotta hear from you. What are you thinking about the Birds this year? Give me your what you think about them, and then give me your record prediction.
I would say, I'm definitely very optimistic about this year. We have so much turnover, so much new coaching, so many new players. Devontae Smith is going to be amazing. I already know it. All the haters out there that want to talk their crap about his his lack of weight on his body. I mean, when you get past that, though, really, and you can put on muscle. He's going to put on a little muscle, and
Mhm.
muscle's denser than fat. So the he, he's gonna bulk up a little bit. He doesn't need to do a lot, but that's the thing though. When these skeptics of Devonte Smith, when they go when they trying to find things wrong with his game, if you look past the body size, his weight, there's nothing else. There's no other holes in his game. I mean,
Yeah,
this kid's legitimate. He's a legitimate. There's a reason why he won the Heisman Trophy this past year, and yeah, I'm very excited to see the development of Jalen Hurts in year 2,
yes.
and I, I'm really excited. I'm trying not to be, too overly optimistic, but I think we're gonna be right around a 9-win team, and I think that's gonna be good enough to win our division. I think
Okay.
we're gonna be 9-8 because it's a 17 game season this year. So I think we're gonna win 9 games, be right around that 500 mark, and like I said, I think it's gonna be good enough to get us the division title.
Nice. Okay, okay. I keep repeating myself. I am on board. I'm being very optimistic. I only think the top for all of them. I think that we're gonna be 12-5. I keep saying I'm not gonna veer off that. You know what I'm saying? Like 12-5, I feel like we can do it. It's achievable, and that's given some teams that we might should win the opportunity to beat us with that 12-5 cushion. You know what I'm saying? Because I think people are going to be shocked how we take the lead by storm this year. You know what I'm saying? You got Jalen Hurts, out there busting his tail every day right now. You know what I'm saying? With his receivers getting it down. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be hard to stop. You got, you know,
Yeah,
Sanders going to have a big year. We got a healthy offensive line. You know what I'm saying? That's something that Jalen have never played with, and Miles wasn't even getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? So those are two big things that I think going to change this year to help our offense be way more explosive this year.
got you.
So
Yeah, yeah, it's 12 and 5. You're definitely optimistic. But hey, I like it. I like the energy, and we're this is all opinion based stuff, like we do as content creators for the majority of it. Especially in the off season when we when we don't have a whole lot to go by, and we're scrapping for things to talk about. But yeah, I like it. 12-5. Hey, dude, I hope you're closer to being right than me. That's for
like
sure.
we're talking about, it's just like really, if you look at the schedule, it's an easy schedule, and
Yeah,
like team that you probably can say they should lose is maybe Kansas City and Tampa Bay for me. You know what I'm saying? Like those two games, and I think we can even beat them. Don't get me wrong. Like I think we're good enough. We have enough talent on our roster to beat any team next year. I know it's a pipe dream to think we're going to go undefeated. So I have to throw some L's in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's my skeptical side of me, is throwing some of them L's in there. But in reality, a lot of teams are different than what they were before. Like the Saints, they don't have Drew Brees no more. So, I don't see them being as hard as they
good
would.
point.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even the Tampa Bay and the Bucks, man, they're beatable. They're beatable, especially Tom getting older. And Tom has always been, if you hit him a couple of times, you know what I'm saying, you might be able to get a win, out of that. So, and we got Tom's number. If it wasn't for that first Super Bowl where Donnie choked, if it wasn't for that first one, we have two W's, two Super Bowl wins over Tom Brady. So I'm not really worried too much about Big Brady or any of those guys in our division. Come on now, you know.
We the divi- in the Super Bowls, our division has his number. I mean,
Yes,
like I said, outside of the one we lost, all the Super Bowl losses that he's had has been into the NFC East. So we have his division when it comes to the big show.
exactly, exactly. And
We
then
have his number, I should say.
with our, you got Dak coming back, which is going to help the Cowboys out. But at the same time, their defense is still their defense, And I think that we can put some points up on that defense. And our defense, a lot of people saying that if we don't get that second CB, we're in some trouble. But like I was telling a couple of people, it's like I don't really think that second CB is as big as a deal as everybody's making it. When you got veterans like Big Play Slay, you got Harris back there, you got McLeod back there, or even Kayvon coming in, switching up with the safety group. Our defensive line is awesome. Bringing in Kerrigan, drafting Jackson. The four DTs we got. I'm saying, gonna put a lot of pressure, and with the new schemes, we're not gonna be leaving them out there on that island like we've been doing before. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a new scheme. It's gonna be something different. Teams gonna have to prepare for. You know what I'm saying? We're to the point where you might, we're gonna need him to play. But he might not need to be this all-world player that everybody thinks we need to be. Like we could probably throw the rookie in there, McPherson in there. He might have some bad, some mistakes as a rookie,
Yeah.
but do. But other than that, he can probably hold his own in there. I see him. I wouldn't even be shocked if we just wait till next year to pick up a CB because like there's a lot of good corners coming out next year's draft. I've been looking at
There
that.
are. Yeah, there are. And if our defensive line can be upper echelon this year, if we can get consistent pressure on the quarterback, that always can negate a subpar secondary, in being there. If we have a hole at CB2, a
Mm-hmm.
dominant defensive line can really disguise, really mask that. It can throw a band-aid over that secondary, because if you're not giving if you're getting after the quarterback very quickly and he doesn't have time to sit back there and drink his tea and knit his sweaters and
Mm-hmm.
binge watch the newest Netflix show like Tom Brady does a lot of the time, just sitting back there with no pressure. If we can get consistent pressure, then yeah, that will definitely make up for a subpar secondary, especially at cornerback. But
And the
yeah,
linebackers, we've upgraded that. You got Singleton, who just came off his best year. You
right.
know, then we got that a Wilson dude from Minnesota. Like he played lights out last year.
Oh yeah,
He was back there, and like people don't understand that's going to be a big difference. Whether you put TJ or one of the young rookies like Bradley or something out there with them, but those are two solid little linebackers there. That's definitely going to help all the middle of the field, quick slant type stuff from happening. And with Gannon also saying that they're going to let them disguise their own coverages and stuff like that. You're gonna have people all over the field, and that's gonna make it a lot harder to be like quarterbacks won't be able to come out and just be like, okay, they're running this, they're running that, so they're legit like they say they will. I think it's gonna be a lot harder for teams to score on us this year.
yeah, and we can't forget about the hybrid rookie that we just drafted, the safety linebacker, Jacoby. He's another guy that's going to be he's going to be down in that box. That's where he plays his best ball is down in that box, and playing more of that linebacker position. But yeah, I mean we've added some pieces this year, and I'm really excited because I think Jonathan Gannon's going to be one hell of a defensive coordinator. I really do. I'm a JG believer. This guy, he's I'm damn near 40 years old now, but he's making me want to go play some tackle football again, go put some pads on, because he's a motivating individual, you could tell, and he's very, very intelligent. And
Yeah.
he's gonna like you just said, he's gonna show quarterbacks one thing pre-snap, and then they're gonna switch. They're gonna switch into something post-snap,
Yeah.
and if you're not up to snuff as an elite quarterback, that's gonna be a little difficult to be successful going against our defense. And yeah, I mean, it's such an I don't remember such a with a new quarterback and new coaching staff and everything like that. I mean, it's like it almost feels like 1999 all over again. With Andy Reid taking over and Donovan being drafted, and it's history does repeat itself. It's true. It's been proven. So that's if we can have any kind of close to any kind of success that Andy and Donovan had in their run in Philly, then yeah, Jalen and Sirianni are going to be very successful here.
Yes. I agree. I agree very much. Even like a little, even though Chip sucked, it's like even a little bit of that Chip feel in terms of like how it's going to come out. Like everybody didn't know how to stop Chip in the beginning, you know,
Right.
and
Right.
like, are these coaches legitly going to do what they say they're going to do? If they're legitly going to do what they say they're going to do, switch it up every year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every game. You know what I'm saying? Have people on their heels. We can be a really explosive offense and defense. A lot of turnovers, a lot of sacks, and definitely a lot of touchdowns.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, and the the defense is only that's it's gonna go as far as JG's gonna take them. I really that's why I'm kind of with you. I don't think CB2 is as big of an issue as, you know, some may be making it right now because, Jonathan Gannon is a former secondary coach. So he knows exactly how to put corners, safeties in the right positions to be successful. He's a highly experienced coach when it comes to defensive backs. So I think when it comes to that, we're going to be very, very safe.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan Gannon, he's coming to work. He's definitely he's not gonna he's we're not gonna have these lackadaisical practices and things like that this year. I really don't think so. I think these coaches are gonna have their foot up. These guys, is what's
Yep.
Especially this summer training camp going into preseason. So yeah, it's a really, really exciting time because there's just so much unknown right now with our Eagles.
And then you look at like a lot of those young corners, even last year, it wasn't like, what's his the defense coach last year? Now that he's gone, I can't
Jim
remember.
Schwartz.
Yeah, Schwartz didn't help him out, and he just threw him in to play on that island. They weren't ready for that. They didn't have no off season. They didn't have no preseasons either. You know what I'm saying? They were just thrown out on the island, getting torched. You know what I'm saying? With no support. Like people got to look at this year. Like you said, he's a DB guy. He's gonna know that even the best, even big play Slade need help over the top sometime. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to roll coverages to the best receivers on the field, regardless on who you are. You know what I'm saying? So. I think they got that down. They're going to be working on that a lot this year. And that definitely is going to help our secondary look a lot better than it did last year.
Yeah, I think so too. And, Jim Schwartz drove me freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
He just made him and Doug, they really sucked at making in-game adjustments to the other team's, attack to what they're doing, either doing on offense or on defense. They both just did not coach well on the fly. And in the NFL, you have to be able to make in-game adjustments. And even as good of a coach as Andy Reid is, he's had trouble at times making those adjustments, but it's always a continual learning process. You're always continuing to grow as a coach. But if you're a stubborn jackass like Jim Schwartz was last year, and you're continually putting guys out in a system that is continually just to get torched over and over again, it's asinine. And it just drove not only me, but I know a lot of other Eagles fans absolutely crazy, because he just didn't change. He was like, nope, we're going to run this defense and that's it. We're running this defense and that's it. It's my way or the highway. And it's like, do you really want this team to win? Because if you did, you wouldn't coach like that.
You got to adapt. And even when Andy did go on those streets, where he was just full of doing what he wanted, he even took it back and let an offensive coordinator come in, and change up some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It happened more after he left. But you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you take that wake up call. And I think after we won that Super Bowl, Schwartz and Peterson just got full of themselves, Like my way is going to
agree with you.
I don't care, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it my way, and that's it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
And people don't really look at that. Like if he would have changed, he probably would have still been here. But everybody's like, well, it's only been one bad season. But in reality, since the Super Bowl, it was going downhill each year.
Yeah, it was.
Made the playoff with 8 wins or something like that. Then we made it with like 7 wins the next year or 6 wins the next year. And then we had the bomb year last year with the 4-win season. It's like it was down. Carson was going down each year. Everything was going down, And he didn't realize that the reason why we even won the Super Bowl, yes, Carson had that MVP type season, but the reason why we won the Super Bowl was because we put Nick Foles in and it made him change the offense. You know what I'm saying? For those last 4 or 5 games or whatever they played to change it up, So
no, you go back. No, I absolutely agree with you. You go back and look at my content. I made a video right after we tied to the damn Cincinnati Bengals last season. And I said in that video, even though as a franchise, it was a great thing to win a Super Bowl, for Doug Peterson, winning a Super Bowl that early in his coaching career made his head go like this. Yeah. It was the worst thing for him, I thought. And he got this mindset of, oh, I won a Super Bowl. I don't need an offensive coordinator. I could run this offense by myself. I don't need an offensive coordinator. I already won a Super Bowl. And you know what? I give him credit for the Super Bowl. I do, but I
Yeah.
also give a lot of credit to Frank Reich because
Yeah.
without Frank Reich, with him being able to adjust that offense to Nick after Carson went down, there's
Hmm.
no way we go on that run in the playoffs. And even if we did make it to the Super Bowl, there's no way we beat New England. There's no
Yeah.
way.
I agree. I agree. Well, so what do you think about that Carson situation? Are you on the bandwagon of he's a crybaby, he don't need to be here no more, or do you think more towards like they did him wrong and a little bit of both maybe?
Mm, it was definitely a combination. It wasn't all on Carson, and it wasn't all on the organization. They definitely didn't do him any favors, especially with they were trying to add pieces around him, and then you go and you draft Jalen Hurts in the second round when you should have drafted a wide receiver or an offensive weapon. The organization definitely failed him, but he also failed the organization in I don't know if Carson was ever wired up here
Hmm.
to win in the city of Philadelphia, because you have to have a certain mindset. You have to have a certain thick skin to deal with not only the media, but fan base like you
Hmm.
and I doing content creation,
Hmm.
on social media, things like that. So, you know, just along the way, there was, I was a Carson Wentz supporter. I definitely was, but there was just certain things along the way that just rubbed me the wrong way when I saw him out in the field as a competitor.
Yeah.
And like when when he would get sacked, or and then he would help the defender off the ground and pat him on the back, and he's smiling, and or he's smiling after he throws an interception, and it may have been a nervous smile or whatever, but I don't want my quarterback doing any of that.
Right.
I want my quarterback hard nosed as hell. I want my quarterback to be a good guy, a really good person off the field, but an absolute hard nose, wants to win at all costs type of guy on the field, like a Russell Wilson type. You will never see Russell Wilson smiling or helping a defender off the ground after a turnover's been made or after a turnover of downs or anything like that. He's a true competitor. He's always wanting to win every step of the way. And anyone who gets in his way of that, they're going to pay for it. And he's going to make sure that you do. And he's a great, like Russell Wilson's my example. He's a great guy off the field. He's a stand-up individual, but when you get him on that gridiron, he's a 100% true competitor. And that's what I want in my quarterback. And that's what I really hope. And that's what I think we're getting in Jalen Hurts. He's definitely has that work ethic. And I want to see that. I want to see him really take that next step this year.
Oh yeah, I think he will. Yeah, like you were picking back on what you were saying about Carson. I really think after the Super Bowl, right? He tried too hard. The
Yeah.
next year, he wanted to win the Super Bowl every throw. You know what I'm saying? To where he was
Right.
just how he came out early, overthrowing. He just wanted to do it because he's like, he goes to see Nick's statue. He goes and see everybody talking about Nick Foles, and Nick Foles is the backup, but he's like everybody's still hyping him up. And I think he was just too much into trying to win it on every throw. And you can't do that. You gotta play calm, cool, and collective when you're back there. You know what I'm saying? And he was just trying too hard. Then the injury happened again, and he's like, "Oh man, the luck just kind of like hit him the wrong way." Where the Eagles, I don't really fault the Eagles for drafting Jalen just because we did need to have him back up. Because it wasn't like if they would have drafted him that very first year after the Super Bowl, that'd be something different. It was the next year after, you know what I'm saying, where he got hurt again. You know what I'm saying? You had Nick Foles in the playoffs again, playing those games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Point where it's like we did need to have a younger backup, and
I
back there.
bet when we made that, but I bet when we made that draft pick, like your initial reaction had to have been like, "What the is going on?" I mean,
Well, I'm Alabama, so I watched Jalen play, so I knew he could play some ball. And
oh no, I know that. Yeah, but drafting a quarterback that high, I mean, you weren't questioning that at all when it first happened.
man, I think there probably was another player I probably could have picked up, but in terms of
Yeah.
being actually irritated about it? No, because I understood that we needed another young quarterback back there.
Okay.
I knew Nick wasn't going to be around for that much longer. Nick's a great guy. Like I watched Nick play in Oakland, when he threw that 7 touchdown game. You know what I'm saying? Like I was there live with all the Bird Gang Nation in the audience, and it was amazing. And I give Nick mad love for that Super Bowl, but come on now, you can't play nowhere else, goddamn. Like you know, and he was getting older too, so it's like I understood it. It wasn't like I never got mad about the situation, like and then like I said, I seen Jay Hurts. He just came off a year like one of the best college quarterback, years ever from OU. You know what I'm saying? I seen he learned his lesson after he left Alabama, and I
Right.
see ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
something. Now I was looking at Carson to be a man about it and not be so puss about it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
end up, yes, I'm the one getting paid. Welcome to the team, youngster, but you in my shadow. Until I decide
Right.
up type thing. And he totally went the opposite with that. Yeah,
Yeah. It's funny that, the even out here in Cali, not too long ago, I think I was in a Walmart, and I had some Eagles gear on, and there was an older gentleman who was decked out. I mean, he had an Alabama hat on, he had a Crimson Tide shirt on, he was decked out in the burgundy and all that, and he sparked up a conversation with me, and he asked me what I thought about Jalen Hurts, and I told him, that I was, a believer in him, and I thought he was going to be productive in the NFL. And he went on this whole long, rant about, how he loved watching Jalen at Alabama, and he even being an Alabama fan, he even continued to watch him at Oklahoma. So yeah,
they love him, man. They love him here. You still got a split fence here in Alabama. All the Thai lovers, they love them some Jalen Hurts. You got half of them that was cool with Tua coming in, taking
right,
over that other half that was like, what were they thinking? Tua could have waited another year, you know what I'm saying, or something like that.
yeah,
Kept
yeah,
a little longer.
that's
But
cool.
they're gonna bleed. I mean, bleed Burgundy with whoever they got back there at the helm. So
Oh yeah,
looking out Auburn stuff here in Birmingham, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like Alabama don't have a professional team, so it's
yeah,
the
that's their big show right there. Yeah,
Alabama or you got Auburn, and you're on both. Me being from Cali, I'm a USC fan. I went to like 5 games,
okay.
every home game USC had when I lived there.
Yeah.
Every year, faithfully. You know what I'm saying? So, but being down here, I like both of them. Like I do like Alabama a little bit more, but I still like Auburn. They're not a bad team. They're like, no, you can't do that. Well, I go when it comes to it, USC is better than both of your teams, but like come on now, but they're serious. They're diehard about that out here. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I know they are. Yeah, and he had the thick accent too, so you could tell. He was from Bama, like originally. He had that real thick accent. So yeah, it was fun to talk to him. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So let's see what else. I want to play something like you be the GM. Like, okay, you be the GM. If you can make any moves with the team right now to better it for this season, what moves would you make?
Hmm. There was one I there was one somebody was talking about earlier on Eagles Uncensored channel, and I think I would do it in a second. They proposed. I think with this deal, I think Fletcher Cox would have to restructure his deal a little bit to free up some money, but we would keep Cox. He would restructure his deal. We would give up Derek Barnett and a second round pick for Xavier Howard, cornerback
Oh
of the,
yeah,
of the Dolphins. I would do that in a hot
all
second.
day.
Yes.
I've been on the banner. I'm hoping it happens. I'm like, get Howard here.
Hmm.
When
And I don't care if Big Play Slay doesn't want to play second fiddle. They can hash it out in training camp and
Mhm.
let the best man win the starting cornerback CB1 position. The other guy can play CB2. And this is a team game. This is a team sport. We don't have any room for prima donnas on this
Yeah,
team, anything like that. So yeah, you got to get in where you could fit in. You know what I'm
and
saying?
we had what is mean Troy Vincent and Bobby Taylor. You know what I'm saying? We have
Absolutely.
what's his name again? Sheldon Brown
Yep.
and Lito Shepherd. You
Yep.
know, like there's always been two, good ones back there together.
Mhm.
So like, just 1A, 1B. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it so you don't have to run to the other side of the field when a good receiver go over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
No,
team.
we haven't had two solid corners since Lito and since those two.
Yep.
We we really have since Sheldon Brown and Lito Shepherd. We probably haven't had two solid corners at the same time on this team since then. That's a damn shame because
Yeah.
you're talking about almost 20 years ago.
And we used to have it that way. You know what I'm saying? That was a tradition. You had
Mm-hmm.
two good corners on a team.
Right, like you
You know,
said,
like
Bobby Taylor, Troy Vincent. It goes
mhm.
back. Yeah,
Eric
absolutely.
Hayes, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always someone on the other side. What
Eric
was
Allen. Yep.
Al
Mm-hmm.
Harris and Eric Allen, I think it was. Al
Yep.
Harris with us. He came over from Green Bay. Man, so forget the prima donna stuff. We got to get it. We got to get it. 'Cause I still want, like, if we didn't get Howard, I also want Gilmore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we can make Gilmore work. You know what I'm saying? Like, get him from the Patriots and bring him over. We did with Asante that one year. Asante Samuel's bringing him over. I think
Right.
that's good with big play Slay. And Slay would have to look at us like it's going to make his job easier. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing that scares me about Gilmore is the amount of the big contract that he wants. That's the only thing that scares me with him. And
But
how old is he? I forgot how old is Gilmore. I don't know off the
30,
top of my head.
I think somewhere around 30.
Yeah, let me look real quick.
I still think he got some years to play.
Yeah,
Didn't he sat out most of the season last year? He was out most of the season last year, wasn't he?
I
Or did he play the whole season?
that I'm
He,
not sure of.
yeah. But I just think, he'll be a talent. He's a shutdown.
Yeah, you're right. He's 30. He'll be 31 in September.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's a cornerback, you know what I'm saying? You put him on the other side, a big play Slay, either one of them. They flip sides if you want to feel better for the game, whatever. But bottom line is you have.
What about Steven Nelson? You want Steven? Would you take Steven Nelson?
See, I've been going back and forth with that one, but I'd say he's more of a slot corner. I think with his height and stuff, he's more of a
Okay.
slot. And I think we got a lot of those people on our team right now. We got a lot of short guys that are fast that can do the slot thing all day. Our
Yeah.
problem outside a big body outside guy. Like we got to see what Jaquette does. I don't even give up on him because even last year, like I said, they weren't trained right. They wasn't teached right. They were just thrown out on the island. And we have a couple of younger big bodies on the squad that if Gannon's this CB guru, he could
Yeah.
probably talent out of that no one's seen yet.
True.
They could end up.
And Jaquette, he did show some small, flashes of talent last year. So yeah, I'm definitely not willing to close the book on him either. I think we can get something out of him for sure.
Yeah. So, that's how that rolls. I think CB2, man, if we get someone, fine. But like you said, if I would do that deal in a heartbeat to get Xavier Howard over here. What do you think about even Sherman? If you got him on like a little cheap deal. Like at first I was so against Sherman because he's getting old. But for 1 year, we can go draft someone next year. A 1 year deal might work out.
I mean, I definitely think that he would be an upgrade as far as an outside cornerback too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of experience. Yeah, he is aging, so yeah, I wouldn't want to give him multiple year deal. That's for sure. It would be if Richard Sherman's going to come play in Philly, yeah, he's going to be the CB2 and play the opposite side of Darius Slay, and I'd be okay with that for a year. And like you said, we can go draft a corner or two next year. We're going to have a lot of draft capital, and the one thing about Sherman the injuries with him getting older, things like that, and the reduction of he's never been the fastest guy, but as he's gotten older, he's starting to slow down a little bit too on the outside. So there's a lot of fast, talented receivers in this league that we're going to have to go against. So we have to think about that too, and that's that's a little bit of a concern for me. But as far as veteran leadership goes, yeah, I would be, and he's a very, very intelligent guy. Richard Sherman is very, very smart. He grew up in Oakland, went to Stanford. Obviously got a very good education at Stanford, so he's a highly intelligent guy. He's his own agent. Not a lot of guys can do that. But yeah, I mean, I'd be cool with Richard Sherman for a year if that's what if that's who we have left to choose from, then yeah, I'd be okay with that. I would definitely want Conley or Steven Nelson or like you said, possibly Gilmore,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well,
or Xavier Howard if we can pull something off. Absolutely, yes.
my number one guy, if we can get, because he's young and talented. When the last time you seen 10 picks by like a cornerback? You know what I'm saying? Getting it in one season. So yeah, Xavier Howard's the man right now. And then what was that other corner on the Colts even that they were even talking about when we first got these indie guys over on our team? Their starting cornerback, Rose.
Yeah.
Like if we can pull him away, trade Zach Ertz, and maybe a draft pick, a later round draft pick for like a Xavier Rhodes. Get him over here to be that second CB. I can see that happening too. That'd be tight.
Yeah, it definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
We just in our in our division, we're gonna have quite a few receivers that we're gonna have to deal with. So we definitely we're gonna have to be running pretty good out there on the at the cornerback position on the outside, because if we have a weakness, the quarterback, the opposing quarterbacks, the opposing offensive coordinators, they're gonna pinpoint that and they're gonna attack it. So we got to make sure that that we're ready for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I heard some interviews with Big Play Slay. I mean, not Big Play Slay, the actual Big Play Slay on our team. And he's ready. He seemed like he's re-energized. He got his old number back. He's ready to prove some doubters wrong about what happened to him last year. So I think he's gonna play a lot better this year too, and that's gonna help. Because then you can slide the protection over to that CB2 side, and help them out so we don't get over there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Kavon Wallace, he's not a corner, but he's got to step up this year. Mm-hmm. He's been running his mouth a lot, doing a lot of talking on social media and things like that. So it's time for him to kind of button up the mouth and start putting the work in out there on the field, because he's got a prime opportunity in front of him. Because as much as Rodney McLeod is hopeful that he's going to be ready for the start of the season, I'm very skeptical on that. Yeah. And I don't know if he's going to be ready. So, like I said, Kavon Wallace is going to have an opportunity right in front of him to step up and contribute to this team, and he's got to do it. I want to see Wallace, emerge this year as a true replacement for McLeod when he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, someone's got to take over that spot. We need one of these young guys to pan out.
We do. Yeah.
Keep filling these holes with older veterans and older people. We got to get, like, even Harris is getting up there in age, but he's still got some game left. I think he could be able to play out his career, his little contract he got with us and help our team out. But, man, we definitely need some more youth back there in the secondary.
That's what even makes me more excited about JG. Is that you see these veteran guys like Harris and Wilson and Kerrigan. They could have went and played for other teams and gotten more money from other teams, but they're firm believers in Jonathan Gannon, in his system, and the two from Minnesota, Wilson and Harris. Yeah, they've been coached under him before, so they know what he's about and they know how he rolls. Mm-hmm. So that when you get veteran guys in here that still have a lot in the tank and they're playing for bigger contracts, they're not going to a team where they think they're going to where there's going to be a shit show. They're going to a team that they're pretty confident is going to be highly competitive. Yeah, and they're going to put in that work. Their defense as a whole is going to be very, very competitive, and their numbers are going to be good because they're going to be out there on the field contributing to this team. And whether it's with us or with somebody else down the line next year, they're going to get paid. They're going to get their money. So, to see these veteran guys just buying into our new defensive coordinator just juices me even more, dude.
Oh yeah, And like that's that energy, man. They're bringing that energy. That's bringing I think gonna bring out the best in training camp, in the preseason, and in the season. You know what I'm saying? That competition spirit. It's like, you kind of feel youthful. Like you said, I want to go play for them. You don't even got to give me no 20 million. Give me 500K. Oh, like 3 times a game, and I got you.
Absolutely, yes, sir. I'll take it.
So, what else we got? So that was your pick for if you're the GM. So if you could redo the draft, would you read through any of the first 3 draft picks, or would you leave it the same?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, I mean, a lot of that where the Landon Dickerson was, it's still a question mark for me with the amount of injuries that he's had. Our second round pick, but I'm hoping he's going to be able to put that behind him and stay healthy and grow behind some of these veterans on the offensive line. But the only one that, out of the top 3, I mean, that's really tough because I think there was of Asante Samuel Jr. was there for our second pick, but I mean, yeah, I think if I was going to change one, it would probably have been that second pick. I probably would have took a corner there,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of people were questioning the third round pick and the defensive tackle that we got, but I think he's going to be a piece to the rotation, and it's not even a question about with Landon Dickerson. It's not even a question about talent at all. Obviously, we've seen this kid's when he's out in the field, when he's healthy, he's an absolute stud.
I seen him. I watched a lot of Roll Tide games, man.
He was rolling. That offensive line was rolling with him in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the only one that I was really questioning, and I still kind of am, because like as we've seen, he's still not even signed yet. So there's obviously still some concerns, I think, with the health, the injuries. I don't know what's the holdup with that. I don't know if he's not been fully cleared by the team doctors, or I don't know what's holding up the whole contract with Landon Dickerson. But that is the one that, but if he does pan out, I mean, he's going to be an absolute stud in the middle of our offensive line. He could play guard as well, so he's a piece that you can move around. But yeah, with his injury concern, that's the only one that possibly may have changed.
And like I said, I don't want to thank Castro. I had Castro on earlier.
Yeah, I was watching you guys.
Yeah, like I told him, it's like, he could just be chilling, man. He just got married. You know what I'm saying? It's the off season. He could be actually using this downtime to not even worry about football and sign nothing. Let the Eagles figure out whatever kind of contract they want to sign with him, because it's going to be some stipulation on the injury thing with him being injury prone. He's just hanging out with his wife, hey.
Yeah, but I mean, weddings are expensive. He's got to have something in his pockets too.
A lot of stuff on.
I know he wasn't making any dough at Bama. These college athletes they get paid in education. That's a lot in itself. But
some of these colleges, they do get paid now a little bit. I remember in California colleges, I think they passed a bill where the football players to make a little money.
Is that new?
That was new a couple of years back. Yeah, I remember it was like
years. Okay, I'm about to go look at that.
But I remember at California, I passed it saying that college players are able to get some cash. But I'm not saying he get it, but you know how it is.
Yeah,
about to get that check, and he's definitely gonna get that check. I'm pretty sure he got some people. Hey, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you.
I mean, look at what didn't Devontae buy his mama a house?
Yeah,
he went and bought Mommy Smith went and bought Mommy Slim Reaper a house of her, a beautiful new house. So that's got to be an amazing feeling to be able to do something like that,
Yeah, man. Much love to him for doing that, man. Because everybody, if you're really a mama's boy, I'm a little bit of a mama's boy myself, and I always be like, Mom, don't worry. One of these days, one of these days I'm gonna get you that house, so you don't have to worry about it no more.
Yeah.
yet, but I've made it to a point where I've definitely taken her out and done a lot of good stuff for her. Gotten her a lot of good things over her lifetime, taken a lot of places that she never got an opportunity to go to. So I feel good about myself in that
That's
situation.
good. That's good.
But yeah. So, but yeah, Landon. Oh, another thing on Landon. Do you want him? So if he is healthy to play, right? Would you want to replace Samala with him until Kelsey's over with, or you just let him wait till next year and take over Kelsey's spot, or even next year move Samala to center if Kelsey leaves and play him at the left guard spot? Which one do you think would be best for him?
If Dickerson is and I want this to be very clear, it's got to be. It's not. It can't be his word. It needs to be by not only the team doctor, but I would also ask an independent doctor to make sure that he is 100% ready to go. And if his body is 100% ready to go, yeah, I would plug him in at left guard, have him learn right next to Jason Kelsey all year long. And there's no better way to learn than right there next to the man himself. The genie in the middle, our our man that has held down this offensive line for years now. There's no way, to me, there is no better way for him to learn than right there next to him, right there in the trenches. And yeah, I mean, in my opinion, if Kelsey does retire, which we're pretty sure he's going to at this point, then yeah, I think if Seumalo is still on the roster at that point, then yeah, you could slide him into the center position and have Dickerson play guard. Whatever, I would probably base it on the better wherever the better player is more comfortable, then I would put him there, and then go and then run with it from there. Absolutely, though, to me, if we're going to spend a second round pick on an offensive lineman, an interior offensive lineman like him, with the injury history that he's had, if he is fully cleared to go, if he is 100% ready to go, and like I said, not just from his mouth, but from a couple different doctors, I wanted to get fully cleared, and if it gets to that point, in my opinion, there's no reason for him to be sitting out. There really isn't. It's too much draft capital, and we need to find out. We need to find out what what this kid can do at this next level.
Yeah, imagine it too. Like, Malata, big self. He's like 6'8", you know what I'm saying? You got Big Dickerson, you know what I'm saying? Then you got on the other side, you got Brooks and Lane. Man, talk about having some time and running some people over. That'd be pretty dope. I'm hoping to see that this year. You know what I'm saying? I like Sam Malo too. But get me wrong, he done earned his little, props that he does get, because he's worked hard at his position. But Dickerson,
I think he just created Landon Dickerson's new nickname. We're going to call him Big Dick.
Big Dick.
Big Dick.
Big Dick, man. He's
yes,
out there. Yes, man. Yes, man. So who do you want to see? That's what I've been asking too. Who do you want the receivers to be? Give me your lineup, Give me the outsides and the slot guy, and give me like your top four. Let me know how many you think they're gonna keep in general.
I think we're gonna keep 6 receivers. I want to see the starting 3 of Devontae Smith, Travis Fulgham on the opposite outside, and I want Jalen Reagor in the slot.
Yeah.
And then backing up, I think Greg Ward's gonna make the team as well. I think Quez Watkins will, and I think John Hightower will. So that's my 6 right there. I think with Coach Sirianni being a former wide receiver, I think you're gonna see some big improvements with this receiving group as a whole this year. You're gonna see route running is gonna be very, very crisp. It's you're gonna see a lot of different subtle improvements with these wide receivers, and especially guys like Jalen Rieger, who wasn't necessarily the most polished route runner last year as a rookie. You
Yeah.
know, but he's got a very polished route runner in the Slim Reaper who's coming in, and you don't want even as a second year guy, you don't want a rookie coming in and outshining you. So he better get to work, and
I
you
don't think
de-
he had much choice about that one this year. Devontae, the way that boy come off the line, man, he
right.
some ankles, man. I seen him spinning some cornerbacks already in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what people don't understand. He is small, but you gotta catch his small self. He gonna be burning out there. You know what I'm
And he
saying?
knows how to. And go ahead and try to body him. Go ahead and try to come up to the line and press coverage him because he's gonna beat that, and then you're done, and then it's over from there because he's gonna have a step on you, and all it takes is for the quarterback to put it in the right spot, and it's over.
Yeah, it's gonna be
What
done.
Yeah,
The big play is gonna come from those 5 yard slants. 7 yard ends.
yeah.
10 yard post. I can see Devontae taking a couple of 10 yard posts to the house this year because he's fast enough to break away and not be caught. And just like those moves, he got some foot action on him. I did a video on him too. I was like, man, I was watching his highlights. What? Woo! Okay, that's why he's not gonna be. Plus, I watched him that whole year. At the every day, every freaking Saturday, we watching Devontae Smith highlights here in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was.
Yeah.
I did want Waddle. I ain't gonna lie. I did want Waddle. I believe that maybe Devontae don't get that Heisman if Waddle play, just because he won't have as much stats up there. But they both would have been great pros. Like I'm happy that we got the first round pick in Smith as opposed to just getting Waddle. That makes it better.
Yeah, it's crazy how much chemistry just got drafted. Like how much these duos, these different duos in the NFL now that with these receivers that just got drafted, that the chemistry that they already have with the quarterback because
Yeah.
we have it with Devontae and Jalen, Tua and Waddle have it in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and also
Burrow.
Burrow has it with Jamar Chase in Cincinnati. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of these duos just hit the ground running. Really, I mean, chemistry is invaluable when it comes to a receiver and quarterback in this league, and the more and more you have of that, the better you're going to be. So, yeah, don't be surprised if a lot of these rookie receivers have big years.
Or even some of these quarterbacks, like all three of them are kind of underrated right now. Tua didn't have the best season last year.
Right,
Burrow hurt, even though he started out good, he got hurt.
right.
You see him climb that top early this year just because of the duels. The only one I see maybe in Miami is that they have some good receivers there too. Jalen Walker, but you still got Will Fuller, who's a speedster. That came from to Texans, and
Right.
Parker's always been good.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
he's gonna have to earn his stripes down there in Miami for sure. But I know Tua's gonna be looking for him early.
Oh yeah, Tua's definitely got some. He's got some weapons down in down in Florida. That's for sure. He's going to have a lot less excuses if he doesn't produce this year. That's for sure.
Yes, that is for sure. Okay, okay. Let's see. This is getting good here. All right. So, what's your prediction on Miles Sanders' season?
Hmm. That's a good question too.
Because he wasn't fed enough, to me, my opinion, last year. He didn't get the ball enough. And that makes up for all the lack of stats, lack of whatever, even him, some of those drops. When you don't get the ball in a game, you're just sitting on the sideline chilling. And all of a sudden you go in. Sometimes those mental errors do occur. I know about it. Like that's definitely possible. But I think the Colts ran the ball a lot. San Diego ran the ball a lot.
Yeah.
We got the backs to help run the ball so you don't have to put as much wear and tear on them. But I do see him being a feature back this year doing some big things.
Oh yeah, I do too. Definitely. I think he's going to. I mean, he's a to me, Miles Sanders is a top 10 running back in this league.
Yes.
That's not even debatable. He has shown time and time again that he can, basically score from anywhere on the field. Doesn't matter. And yeah, I'm expecting big things for him too this year as well. I think he's going to have a, I would say I'm thinking he might be somewhat close to I want to say
Remember, there is an extra game this year.
right. I'm going to say he's going to have. I'm going to say he's going to have like 15 to 1600 yards rushing, and I'm going to say he's going to have right around. He's going to have anywhere from 6 to 700, maybe even a little bit more in receiving as well. Combined touchdowns, I think he'll have 25 to 30.
Woo! Wouldn't that be
I think Miles Sanders is going to have a big year. I really do.
like that? I'm definitely on that train right there. I didn't even say that many touchdowns for him, but yeah, I can see it happening for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I tell people I got
Combined touchdowns. That's rushing and receiving. So yeah.
the Taylor Tim's going over 40 touchdowns. I see Devontae Smith having over 15 touchdowns, or at least around the 15 mark. For a rookie, starting out over 1,000 and about 15 touchdowns. Because I think they're going to feed him the ball. He's going to be open a lot. And I think our running attack will set him up for success. It's going to help everybody. Really, if our offensive line stays healthy, even if you look at last year, if our offensive line were to stay healthy last year, we would have more wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The offensive line better team last year. And if they stay healthy this year, for sure we're gonna put the big numbers up easily.
Okay. With the veterans that we have on this offensive line, I mean, outside of Mailata, this is the same offensive line that we won the fucking Super Bowl with. And to me, Jordan Mailata he's already probably just as good as Big V, or he's real close. But his ceiling is very, very high because Mailata has not been playing football for super long. He's a rugby player, so he's still not only is his body still growing and developing, but his mind is too, as far as being a starting left tackle in this league. So, absolutely, he's going to have, dude. If this offensive line's healthy this year, Miles Sanders is going to be able to crawl through some of these holes that he's going to have on this offensive line. He's going to be eating a lot. He's going to be very full this year if he stays healthy on the line, for sure.
If running through those holes that buses can drive through, it's going to be something like that for Sanders this year. And finally, the Sanders will get it right. When Barry Sanders, he didn't have no holes, but he still made it happen. So now he's going to have some holes to make sure he can get some things going this year.
Yeah.
Who do you see backing him up? Who would you prefer? You like, Kerryon Johnson, Gainwell, Scott? How you see that running back room shaping out?
As where it stands right now, I would want, as far as like the secondary guy, I want the secondary guy to be able to, be a more of a pounder. So I would probably go Kerryon. He's got a little more youth under his belt than Jordan Howard, and as long as his knee's okay, which I'm hearing it should be, he should be good to go come start of even training camp and the preseason and things like that. But yeah, I would be very comfortable with Kerryon as the number 2, and I think Gainwell is going to be definitely a strong 3. He's going to be a very, very big receiving threat out of the backfield, and that's going to be very, very useful in this offense. You're going to see it.
Do you think they'll maybe like make it receiver 1 short because of that? Lining him up in the slot, making him like that motion receiver that you can do little quick handoffs to, or reverses with, or something like that? Or you think that he'll be more out of the backfield?
I think they're going to move. I think Sirianni is going to move him around. I think he's going to have him all over the place. I think he's going to line him. He's going to have him lined up in the slot. He's going to have him lined up outside. He's going to have him obviously in the backfield. There's a reason why we drafted Gainwell. There's a reason why we picked up Kerryon. These guys can not only run the ball, but they can catch the ball too. So, we need that dual threat out of the backfield. And that's something that, Miles has definitely got to be more consistent at, coming out of the backfield, as well as, making sure that he's not dropping any of those passes. But some of those last year were definitely errant throws by Wentz.
Yes.
Just throwing it at his feet and things like that. So we can't put it all on Booby, but all these running backs, everybody, they got to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. They really do. Because our offense is, it's going to be very, very predicated on that.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. That definitely. Booby's gonna have to come out there and shine like Booby Miles, baby, and shine.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Goddard? What do you think about Goddard? How you feeling with him? You think he's ready to make that next step to be an elite tight end in the league, or you think this is going to be a good year for him? Good something keep building, or do you think he's that elite tight end ready to step in and fill that role?
I think he is. I think he's definitely. I think he's ready to. I think he's mature enough now. He's been in the league for a few years. He's learned underneath. Zach Ertz, who is more than likely a Hall of Fame tight end in this league. So, yeah, I think he's going to emerge definitely as a top 5 tight end in this league for sure. Maybe even top 3 or 4. But yeah, I see big things for D God this year. The new tight end coach is going to get some good things out of him. I'm hoping definitely, and Richard Rogers, and also the undrafted tight end that we got out of Nebraska that Jack stole.
Yeah,
all 3 of these guys are gonna. I think they're gonna contribute. So, but D God is I definitely think he's ready to emerge as a top 5 legitimate tight end in this league, and as long as he stays healthy, he's gonna produce some big numbers this year.
Yeah, like I said before, Nick got his work cut out for him, man. He got a lot of skilled position players with a lot of talent, and it's going to be his job to make sure they all get the ball and make sure they all get the ball in prime situations. So, but
there's nothing better for a young quarterback than a safety blanket of a great tight end. So, if Dallas Goedert can continue to be that for Jalen Hurts, then that's just going to be more the better for him, for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, Jalen definitely got a good situation going for him right now. You know what I'm saying? Like playing with the B team last year. Now you get to play with the A team, the starters, and really get a feel for what it is like to play in the NFL with talent.
Yeah. It drives me nuts that all these Jalen Hurts skeptics that just look at the small sample size that we had last year and they're like, nope, he's not good enough. He's not going to make it. It's like, how do you must be one of the best. You must be one of the best talent scouts, one of the best NFL analysts that's on this freaking earth. Because I don't think there's very many people out there that can tell you whether Jalen Hurts is going to, from what we saw last year, from the shit show that he took over of the offensive line just being tore up. I mean, the team was in just a spiraling downspin. It just for him even to beat New Orleans in New Orleans. I don't care if Drew Brees wasn't there or not. I don't really care. That's a tough place to win. Period.
At the time, that defense was still number 1 at the time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, it was. Yeah, he came in and he shocked the world and beat the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. So that to me was enough to say, okay, this kid's got something. Now let's see how we can develop and grow and progress.
And the next week, him being able to throw for over 350 and rush for over 100. Lamar don't even be doing that. The record of first 2 games over 550, I think yards it was, and over 100 yards per game. That's another big thing that you got to look at. To do it with the B team, though, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he did it with the starters. He did it with the B team. And if you look at if our defense didn't choke that game away, we could have beat Arizona. And I think if he would have stayed in the game, in the Washington game, we could have beat Washington, and we'd be looking at a whole nother situation here. We'd see a 3-1 quarterback as opposed to 1-3 or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. What was it? Oh, that's what it was. If Lamar Jackson can win an MVP, why can't Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Why not? If Lamar Jackson, we all know he won an MVP a couple years ago, and he was deserved of it. In my eyes, why can't Jalen?
Yeah, candidate this year for sure. If everything goes where I see him as doing it, because I see he's going to have a couple of those long runs, but his most of his rushing yards is going to come from like like those 3rd and 7s. You know what I'm saying? No one's open. He's really good at hitting that sideline. You know what I'm saying? Go hit the sideline, get the first down, keep the chains moving. Run up 10 yards, slide down, get the chain moving. He doesn't have to be this guy that's running for 100 yards every game, but I can see him doing like 60 to 70 yards just off of first down runs. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping that chain moving, making sure he doesn't get that sack.
Yeah.
So,
and that's only going to continue to. He's gonna have that in his arsenal, but he's just gonna. Hopefully, he's gonna work through his progressions a little bit more, and as long as he has the time and the protection, he just is. That's the other day I used this as an example. Russell Wilson is the type of quarterback that uses his legs when he needs to.
mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson is the type of quarterback that uses his legs because he has to.
Yes.
That's
Jalen is. He's not a runner first. He is a passer first. People say like, he's only. I watched. I'm working on his my part B to video I have for him. I did his foot action video, and this video is gonna be on his arms, man. And I got a lot of throwing clips for the video right now where this, he's gonna throw some dimes, man. He's putting it on the spot. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to use this. He's not just about running when he gets the pressure. He knows how to escape the pocket. Find that open guy and still hit him. So I don't know where people are getting like he's not accurate or he doesn't. He just wants to run the ball all the time because this boy, he's done it all. Like for me, sample size with the B team, he showed me all I needed to see to know that he can be a legit quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, he beat MVP. I hope so. Not sure if he's going to, but I hope so because he's on my team. He's my quarterback, and I support him. But he's definitely can go to the Pro Bowl. I can see something like that happening this year.
I would love if that happens this year. Chris Sims is going to have to eat the biggest plate of crow that's ever been. If Jalen Hurts goes from being not on his top 40 to winning the MVP of the NFL, Chris Sims would have to be. He'll have to eat a plate of crow the size of the freaking Grand Canyon.
Right? You just need to fire him.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like Chris don't know nothing about quarterback, man.
We all know that he is not. He wouldn't be where he's at without his last name.
Yeah.
He only works for NBC because he's the son of Phil effing Sims. Yeah. And he's only there because of his damn name. Yeah. And that, to me, that's a part of this. That's a part of, I guess, capitalism in a way that just pisses me off sometimes because I'm sure there is a lot other sports media people who have worked their ass off for years and years and years who are more deserving of that spot that he has on NBC, but because his last name is fucking Sims, they put him on NBC. They put him on there, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of those guys, man, they're just there even because they're either kids of someone that was famous or they played in the league. Even Maurice Jones-Drew in his running back list. Now, come on, man. Like,
and there's guys. But then there's guys who did get they got brought up through the coaching because of their dads. Like, I'll give you an example, like Kyle Shanahan, but he has proven that he is a upper echelon coach in this league. He is, to me, he is just as good or even better than his dad was.
I was gonna say that better than that.
Yeah. But he has put in that hard work. He worked for years and years and years as assistant coaches and worked his way up as quality control coaches and interns and all kinds of things. So he definitely put in that hard work. I definitely don't know as much about Chris Sims, but I can guarantee you he probably did not.
No, I don't think so. I think he got all that handed to him.
Yeah, with a golden spoon.
Now, what are you thinking about this first game with Atlanta? I am happy Julio is gone. Are you? Because Julio have messed us up over the years, man.
We're getting that W. We're getting that W. Yeah. As soon as that's what when it was funny because I was in Disneyland when he got traded, but I said, I think I tweeted out something and I said week 1 just became win 1 because without Julio that game just became way more winnable for sure, in my opinion.
How do you feel about Pitts though? You think they're gonna move him out to receiver to replace Julio, or you think they're gonna keep him as tight end? And do you see him as being a threat?
Um, I think I'm not sure exactly what they plan on doing him with the offense. If I was their coach, I would be moving him around in different spots. I wouldn't just have him as a traditional tight end. I think he's very gifted, athletically. So I would be using him in multiple packages and things like that. But do I think he's going to contribute right away? Yes. Does he have a top 15 quarterback in my opinion? No. Not really. Matt Ryan's definitely on the back nine of his career. I was never a super big Matt Ryan fan to begin with. But in a lot of these receivers, whether you're a tight end, a wide receiver, or a hybrid of the two, you can't throw the ball to yourself. So a lot of your production, a lot of your contributions to the team is going to be predicated on the play of your quarterback. So will he contribute? Yes. Will they be a good team this year? No, I don't think so. I think Atlanta's going to be towards the bottom of that division.
Yeah, probably so.
I really do.
So they needed to keep him if they wanted to do it.
A lot of people are putting the Saints towards the bottom of the NFC South, but I don't think so. With Sean Payton as their coach, I'm a big believer in Sean Payton. I think he's an excellent coach, and I don't think they're going to fall off too far from where they've been. I think they're still going to be a very competitive team in that division.
Think Winston going to be able to do it?
You know what? I think Sean Payton will be able to control him enough to where he's not throwing 30 interceptions a year. That's for sure. He's definitely going to be a lot more of a how do I say it? A lot more of a subtle type of quarterback, not so trying to take these huge shots down the field and throwing it into double and triple coverage and things like that. So, I contribute a lot of Drew Brees' success to Sean Payton. I'm not saying that Drew Brees, wouldn't be able to do it by himself or without Sean Payton or anything like that. Drew Brees is Hall of Fame in my book, 100%. But, Sean Payton had a lot to do with his growth, his progression, his just becoming a savvy veteran, things like that. As did Andy did as well with Donovan. He's doing that now with Pat Mahomes in Kansas City. So there's, and Pete Carroll's done it with Russell Wilson in Seattle. So, there's examples of it out there, definitely. But yeah, I think Jameis is going to be all right this year. I do.
What about with some of these other young quarterbacks? What do you think with Matt Jones and the Patriots? Do you think he can take it over a Cam?
Well, that's going to be interesting to watch, to see how that kind of plays out, because I'm not super high on Mac Jones. I when they were talking about him being drafted in the, as one of the top 3 quarterbacks, I was very, very skeptical on that. But how high is that hill going to be for him to climb as far as taking out Cam? Cam's definitely not nearly as mobile as he used to be, and I think having those lower body injuries, that's not only affected his ability to be able to scramble, but it's also thrown off his throwing as well, because you have to be able to plant and transition your weight and everything like that off of both feet. So I see Cam starting this year, but I think Mac Jones will probably take over around, I'm going to say around week 5 or 6.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I feel like if he would have went to any other team, I don't see him having that good of a career, because he's not mobile, but he's pretty accurate. You know what I'm saying? He's good.
Yeah.
He's pretty accurate quarterback. He can throw that rock a little bit. So I see him kind of being like Brady coming out, not the most mobile, accurate, very precise. And Belichick get a hold of him. He went to the right team to have any kind of success for this year, what I'm saying, or even years to come. Being on the Patriots will probably be the only team out of the 32 that I could have seen him going into. Like, I don't think he would have worked out in San Francisco so much. You know what I'm saying? If he were to get drafted, like everybody said he was going to get drafted there. But I think being, 15 to the Patriots, that one there might work out for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's kind of crazy because for all those years that Tom Brady was in New England, that division was garbage, was
Yeah.
absolute trash. And as soon as they start getting good, Tom Brady leaves and goes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. What my point was though is that the NFC East is definitely a lot more competitive this year. Well, it was last year. It is going to be again this year, especially with the new additions that Tua got in Miami. So New England's definitely going to have their work cut out for them in that division. Mac Jones, yeah, you have a point. He is a very good, pretty good accurate as far as throwing that rock and things like that. And Bill may be able to develop him and make him into something, but I don't see that happening this year. I don't think it's going to happen that quickly.
Well,
I think they're going to be. I think more than likely, I think they're going to be in. I think the Patriots are going to be third place in that division. I think it's going to be Buffalo, Miami, New England, and the New York Jets.
Oh, nice. What's that sister saying here? He said, question for both of you. Do you another quarterback carousel happening before week 1?
I think he's probably trying to say, do you see another quarterback carousel happening before week 1? I personally don't. I know some people think that, I know there was some speculation that Russell Wilson might get traded or Aaron Rodgers, and then there was all that the Deshaun Watson talk and all that stuff too.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't see any. I don't know. What about you? I don't really see any quarterback carousels going on.
I think most of the big moves are already made. Like I said, like something like a youngster taking over for a veteran type thing. Like I was shocked that the Bears didn't the Bears name what's his name?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, the quarterback, after signing Andy Dalton. I thought they were gonna ride Dalton out for at least 3-4 weeks to get Justin some time but they say he's out there lighting it up. I'm interested to see what happens down in San Francisco with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
The winning quarterback. Now his health is an issue, but in terms of winning, he does know how to win. He don't put up the biggest stats in the world, but he know how to win. You know what I'm saying? He came from the Patriots, and he definitely brought that with him with it in his career. So I'm interested to see how that's going to pan out. What else? Where other places they have like questionable situations? Carolina, they got my boy from USC, Sam Darnold. I want to see him come back, and represent USC right, and actually start playing some winning football because the Jets.
Are you talking about syndrome? You're talking about syndrome.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about from the first Incredibles movie?
Yeah.
The bad guy. Yeah, he looks like Sam Darnold looks like Syndrome.
Yeah, he does. He does. What do you think? Who do you think?
I mean, even in New Orleans, there could be a little bit of a carousel with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston.
Same way this year, even though Jameis is a little bit more mobile than Breeze was. You think they're actually going to have him still in on those packages?
I do. Yeah, I think Jameis is going to be the starting quarterback, and I think they'll have Taysom doing the same stuff that he's been doing right alongside Drew Brees for the years that he's been in New Orleans. Because Taysom Hill, he's been with the Saints now for what, like 3 or 4 years at least, I think.
I thought they were going to actually start him this year.
You think so? They might. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
But I see, like, everything I see is pointing more towards Jameis. But I thought that was the whole thing, that they have Jameis still be the backup, and they were going to start him this year. But
I mean, even in Washington, they got Fitzmagic and that young kid that they had playing at the end of last year, that Chase Young was all hyped about. I can't think of the kid's name right off the top of my head, but I think Fitzy will, since he has all the experience in the NFL, I think he'll definitely be the starting quarterback in Washington.
Last year he did pretty good, didn't he?
Yeah.
Heineke.
Yeah, yeah. Heineke or Heineken.
Heineken, never won. You're gonna need a Heineken after what, baby. Yeah, because Figs, like I said, each our division always goes back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Either we're the worst division of football, or we're the best division of football. We're the worst division of football, or we're the best division of football. Down for in terms of the best worst division of football for the last couple of years. So I think it's time for our division to make a big step. But there is a lot of question marks on each one of the teams. You got Washington. Is Fitzmagic going to be the man? That we see for half the season, the whole season, or is he going to lose a spot to Heineke? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Then
Yeah.
the game, then Heineke back starting for the team again. Danny Dine. He's going York this year. I think he sucks.
Danny Paytos is trash.
I'm a fan of him. I thought he's freaking horrible. And
I try not to be biased because he's a division rival. And I feel I'm not, like, because I give Dak his kudos. Dak has played very good. When there's talent on division rivals teams, on other teams, I try to be very, very fair about that. But I haven't seen anything from Danny Pesos to make me believe that he's going to be any kind of longevity. Kind of that he's going to have any kind of longevity in his career in the NFL. Just I haven't seen anything.
No, me either, man.
And we have a as division rivals, we have a microscope on the division rivals. So I think outside of Giants fans, if anyone really knows about Danny Pesos, it's us.
Yeah. I don't think, man. I'm not feeling them.
No, he's from Duke. Duke doesn't. They don't produce any quarterbacks in the NFL. Come on.
I don't even care what receivers they done gave. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can give them the whole league, all the best receivers in the league. And I still don't think the man gonna do it.
They overpaid for Galladay. Galladay's not that good. He's really not.
Nah. Well, you're the best on a crappy team. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm saying what you really are. And plus he gets hurt too.
You're the shiniest of the turds. You're still a turd.
Yeah, right. Hey, I did want Kadarius Toney. Like, that's one thing that I probably haven't said yet, but I liked watching his highlights. I did like some of the Kadarius Toney highlights. And I wouldn't want him to be like, I didn't want him in the first round. I was thinking like maybe if he double dipped, or say we didn't get a receiver first pick of the draft, I was looking at him as being like the second round pick for sure. Like, if we didn't get none of the big ones, so Toney would have been a nice addition. How do you feel about Toney? Think he's gonna have a good year?
Well, he doesn't. His quarterback's trash. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna have that great of a year.
But as a player,
I didn't watch too much. I'm not a big college football guy, so I didn't watch too much of him. But I think that that offense was had quite a few weapons on it. Even the kid that the undrafted free agent kid that we just had that we kicked out because of his knee surgery and all that. But Grimes, yeah, thank you.
Excited about Grimes, man. I was hoping that we were going to keep him. I made 2 videos about Grimes. Yes, he left. I was like, yeah, Grimes is back, baby.
No, Grimes was getting a lot. He was definitely getting a lot of hype out of Eagles Nation and our content creators and things like that. So, that offense had a lot of weapons. They had Pitts, they had Toney, they had Grimes. So I don't know. Like I said earlier, when you're a receiver, you can't throw the ball to yourself. So a lot of your production is going to be highly dependent on the play of your quarterback. So if you got a guy like Danny Pesos throwing you the rock, I'm sorry, but you're going to have a tough year.
So you see it: Hurts, Dak, Fitzmagic, and Danny Pesos.
Well, like I said, I definitely try not to be biased, and we haven't seen enough of Jalen to put him at the top. So, and I know Dak's coming off of the injury and everything like that, but he's definitely more proven at the NFL level. So I'm going to go Dak, Jalen, Fitz, pesos.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about this? I haven't even heard anything about this. He said, "What are you guys' thoughts on N'Keal Harry coming to the Eagles? This is a Howie move from the Patriots, huh?"
Yeah, he announced today that he wants to be traded from New England. It came out on NFL.com that N'Keal Harry, wide receiver, drafted I think 32nd overall in 2019, is requesting a trade from New England. So,
Because our boy Nelson went in there and took his shine. I'm
yeah,
happy.
Nelly took his spot. He's like, man, Nelson Aguilar's here. I'm out of here.
I'm really happy Nelson's doing this thing again. Like I said, he went to USC. That I've been a long time. I watched all his college games, man.
I
I'm
knew you were
happy.
going there.
I wish he would have did better for us. He did have a couple good Super Bowl year. He did good for us, but I wish he would have did better for us overall and stayed with the team. But yeah, good job. And Harry, from what I've seen, I haven't seen that much of Harry, but from what I've seen, I wouldn't. I don't know if he's good enough. I feel like we got enough project receivers.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think we need another project.
Bring him in there just to crowd up that room any more than what it is. I kind of want people that we got develop and see what they can do. Because, like I said, if you look at if you have Rager, Smith, Hightower, Watkins, those are fast guys. If you have those, that's like one of the fastest receiving cores in the. You know what I'm saying? If they're all playing at a high level, and that's gonna be really hard for other teams to stop for sure.
I like Eagles champ one named Danny Dumpster.
Yeah,
that's a good one too. Danny Dumpster Fire.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as what were we just talking about? I lost my train of thought.
We've been going a little bit off. We were just talking about N'Keal Harry.
That's right.
He's not project. He used wrong and an explosive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even discrediting him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he couldn't work out, but I'm just saying the players that we have, they haven't been used right since last year. You know what I'm saying? Let's give them a chance first before you're kicking them. The only one that I would say get rid of on our team is obviously JJ. JJ can go.
Right.
We see
the umbrella man needs to go.
The umbrella man needs to go. And that's that's the only one for sure that's proven that he can't play worth a damn. So other than that, like Hightower, I want to see him do big things this year. He got open a lot. He just kept dropping the ball.
So in my opinion, unless Harry can play some corner, then no, I don't want him. Like you said, we already have enough. We already have enough receivers, especially younger guys, on this team, and I don't think he's needed at this time. Definitely
hurt. In the beginning of training camp or something, I'll be more than happy to bring him on. You know what I'm saying? I did watch the game. He did. He can catch the ball. He is tall and explosive. So if someone got hurt, then yeah. But as of right now, where we stand, I didn't even want I wanted Julio a little bit for a second, just for a little second. I was like, you know what, that would be tight. But then I was like, it's gonna take away from everybody else, and no, we got a young. It's not nothing wrong. Some people get mad and think it's a bad thing to have so much youth. You know what I'm saying? This is a different NFL now. You need that youth, that speed, that explosion, and only the young people are doing that. A lot of these older guys, yes, they're good, but if you notice to them, they're getting open and catching, but they're not exploding up the field no more. They're not making a super big plays happen. They're just being consistently good, and there's a difference in explosion and being consistent. You want your young guys to be both, explosive and consistent. But I think we got some receivers that can definitely do both.
Yeah, we definitely do. I agree. The receiver room is very crowded right now, and just adding another body in there, I don't think that's the best move for the football team, and to me, it's an unnecessary one. We have a couple of young guys in Quez and Hightower that we need to get them on the field as much as possible this year, and let them grow, let them blossom into the dynamic players we know they can be, and go from there because we're in a prime spot right now.
Yes.
With Jalen, with having if we can turn this ship around quickly, with Jalen being still under his rookie contract for the next few years.
Oh yeah.
We can build a strong team around him. So
I feel like how everybody
prime time right now.
I feel like how everybody is with Jalen, right? Where they're like, Jalen needs to have this good year, or next year we can draft another quarterback high. I feel like that, like with the other guys, like give them their chance, give Goddard his chance, give these young receivers their chance, because we will have, I think Jalen's going to be fine, but especially if Jalen's fine, we will have 3 picks next year to help, put some new talent in there if they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But give them that full opportunity this year, you know what I'm saying, to do it, because we got veterans in areas where I think we need veterans at. And then other than that, yeah, we already got those key veterans, the offensive line veterans, the defensive line veterans, you know what I'm saying? The DB veterans, like we've got Wilson, who's a veteran. He's a middle linebacker veteran right now. They say he's going to be starting middle linebacker. And then Singleton had coming off the best year he's ever had. So we got the key veterans where we need them. And I think that's what people don't understand. We got those key vets where we need them. And the rest of these guys can go play, and learn on the fly now. The veterans keeping in line. I know that offensive line going, hey, guys, get it together. You know what I'm saying? I won't want to tell those guys no. I'm like, okay. I got you. That.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they're getting old. They're not going to want to waste no more years. You know what I'm saying? So I know they're going to be really, on these guys to make sure they're doing their job this year.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Andre Dillard?
I like that he's coming a little bit stronger. Like I said before, Mulata got to start.
Oh, yeah.
Mulata got to start. If Andre does beat him, it's a plus for our team. Because then we have 2 good tackles. And that's better than, if Mulata can play both sides. So if anybody gets hurt, they can move Mulata around if he gets beat. But the fact that he came so weak, Dillard came weak, you know what I'm saying? He came weak and bring that, weak sauce, I like to call it, to the offensive line. Don't come just because you're the first round draft pick think you're going to get your job handed back to you, man.
Right.
You time, and Mulata's earned it, you know what I'm saying? From the guy, like I said, the guy never played football before in his life. It took him 5 years, but they were steady with him for 5 years. And he knew, he wasn't the guy coming out saying, I'm going to do it this year. Every year you just hear him be humble. I'm barely learning the first year, I learned a little bit more this year. I'm still.
You just seen you seen the huge step that he took last year. I mean,
yeah,
he was getting worked. Mulata was getting worked in training camp last year. And then to step up after JP went down and to emerge like he did was a fucking amazing. That was like a huge step forward for him. It's like you could just see not only was his play, consistent on the field, but you could tell the mentality was that it was getting there too. The mindset was just like the confidence was building and building and building.
Yeah, because he already had that rugby background, so it's just like it's all just getting him fine-tuned with the technique. And I thought about it, even like how we took JPP from a tight end. They took him from a tight end and moved him to a left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like I see the transformation with, Mulata. You took him from a rugby player and made him to a football player. It's going to take him a while to learn that, the basics, hand placers and all that kind of stuff. But once he got it, he's a freaking nature.
Oh, yeah.
Huge as hell. Strong as hell. He looked like he even got bigger this year, us last year, so it's like I feel like Dillard's got a step behind, man. You're gonna have to really prove that he's ready. But if he does, since he was the first round draft pick and he has played good football throughout his career, that means that he's focused and he's ready to go. And like I said before, it'd be with nothing but a plus for our offensive line if he did win it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a good position battle. Like I was gonna say, even the other side of the ball. What do you think about Barnett versus Sweat, or even Kerrigan? Because everybody's kind of keeping him out, thinking he's just going to be a rotation. Kerrigan still got some good football in him.
Oh yeah,
he's
still. I mean, dude only played like 30. I think it was like 33% of the snaps last year, and he still had almost 6 sacks.
Yeah,
that just shows you right there that he's still productive. And as far as the 2 or the 3, I think Josh Sweat's going to lead the team in sacks this year. I really do. I think he's going to emerge as our top pass rusher, and he's gonna be consistent out in the field. He's gonna stay healthy. He's gonna have a really really good year. Derek Barnett, I'm not so hopeful on. I think we've seen Derek Barnett's ceiling. I don't know how much more. I know he's still very very young, being that he came in to the
Yeah.
NFL at 19 years old. He's still very very young, but yeah, I just think he's making way too much money this year, and for being a first round pick, for the most part, he's been kind of he's been a pretty solid disappointment in my eyes.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been productive for as much for as much draft capital as we invested in him. He just hasn't panned out. So we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping he does. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ready to fire Derek Brooks. I mean, Derek Barnett right now
Yeah.
or anything like that. But if he doesn't produce this year, I'm done. I'm done with him.
Like
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be. I'm like you said too. I'm not down to cut him or nothing like that. Like if we can use him for in a trade package to get someone good, you know,
Yep.
I'm down for that, and I wouldn't be sad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But at the time, if he's here, I want him to be in that rotation. I want him to prove everybody wrong and show that he can be. Because we watched him to do some great things that Super Bowl year. He did some good stuff in the Super Bowl, even. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the talent's not there. I don't know what it is to block it. Like if it's just not the coaches teaching him, or right, or he's taking it. Everybody got a big Super Bowl hit that year, so maybe. Oh yeah, I'm young and I just want a Super Bowl mentality. That I don't have to try to work out so much. I don't have to. Did you see me play? Type of shit, And maybe that's
Kind of like the Green Goblin. Who's
yeah,
now in New England as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goblin,
Mr. Jalen Mills.
like,
Yeah.
still slow, buddy. You did good. You did good. You
Pump
still
the brakes.
bump your brakes a little bit, buddy.
Did you just see how many yards you guys gave up in the Super Bowl?
Right? A
You
record.
guys are getting torched.
Yeah, super torch.
Yeah.
But you also see with that line that we can put up a lot of points with this line, man. Like, because I think Brooks is going to come back stronger than last year because he looks determined and
He looks lean. He looks lean and mean.
He's like one of those guys. You just got to believe what he says. When he did it, I didn't last year when he said he's going to come back and be better, and he came back, was better. You know, so like him saying it again this year.
I mean, is there a better right guard out there when he's fully healthy?
Oh,
not really. No. His big issue, obviously, besides the injuries, but he has the anxiety stuff too that he's constantly dealing with. But I think he's going to come back and he's going to hit the ground running this year. If he's able to stay healthy, I see Brooks making another Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and Lane too. If he finally got stuff out of the way, because it's not like Lane did this every year. That was really an anomaly. Really seeing Lane be out as much as he was last year. Like he normally not that much, and see him come back and go out. Like just stay out until your leg done, man.
I bet Lane Johnson had to hold back so bad when, if all that I'm sure you've heard it with all those rumors about what Howie Roseman said to Lane Johnson, how he was going off on him. I bet Lane Johnson wanted to freaking pound he wanted to play whack-a-mole.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
With his helmet, whack. You little pimp squeak, little weasel.
I bet you there's a lot of teams that would like to slap Howie around a couple times.
Well, there's a lot of us that would too.
Yeah, a lot of players in our team. Yeah, sure.
A lot of content creators, a lot of fans. Yeah, we're all pissed off.
What do you think with that too? You want them gone at the end of the year? Because I was saying, like, people want them gone at the end of the year, but what you got to realize, if we want what we also want, and that's the Eagles to be successful this year, if they're successful this year, he's not going to be gone next year.
Right. You're absolutely right about that. The only, I mean, all the draft capital that we have would be absolutely enticing for anybody who wanted to be a GM in the NFL to come into possibly having three first-round draft picks. I mean, they would be literally salivating at the idea.
And $30+ million,
right? The one person that I keep throwing the name out there, who be the one person that I would want right now but he's also tied up with Monday Night Football, is Louis Riddick. I think he is a very, very intelligent man when it comes to not only talent evaluation, but working the money situations, the contracts and things like that. He's like I said, he knows talent when he sees it. So I think Louis Riddick would make an absolutely dynamic general manager for us.
What do you think about that? What's his name from the Ravens? He had stepped down last year, right?
Oh yeah,
That man's name.
yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue too.
He's really good, GM. Like he done drafted some really good players for the
Yeah,
Ravens.
wasn't he? He was with the Raiders before. I think before he was with the Ravens, right?
Right?
What's that? Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, you got it.
I wouldn't mind because he was talking about like I remember he had like a higher.
That's a good call.
Maybe get like Ozzie Newsome to come back because he took a year off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe their brain or whatever. Like if you got rid of Howie, you could get him in there. That'd be a really good call right there. I think.
Really? That's a good shout.
The Ravens over the last couple of years has had some awesome talent come through there.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they're always really. They always seem to develop their talent very well too. Guys seem to stick around for the guys like Suggs and players like that who seem to just stick for years and years and years. That is oftentimes more than not that is a good sign of a. I mean that's it's a really good sign of a good GM.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a bad sign of a GM is ours. When you give an example of, let's say, the 2017 draft, when we only got one player left on this damn team from that draft, and that guy's making $10 million, and he's been a unproductive part of our defensive line.
Right.
That's only how many years ago? 4 years ago? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Howie has sucked at draft. Like I was saying, this is his best draft, hands down, out of the last 5.
For sure. And we haven't even seen any of these players play yet, but yeah.
We're just like, we like the names.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has. It has been. Yeah, I agree with you.
And he picked a couple of good, like, undrafted free agents. I was really surprised they let go of the quarterback, though. What's his name?
Jamie Newman.
Newman. Because I thought he looked like a good project quarterback to have back there.
Yeah.
Hurts and stuff. But I like Nick Mullins, too. Mullins for a third string. Possible second string, maybe beat out Flacco. Flacco's old, man.
Yeah, I didn't like the signing when we signed Flacco, just because I knew he was at that time, especially he was going to be the number 2 guy behind Jalen. And if you want to really, really fully help your quarterback, you need a guy who's willing to, be a coach out there on the field. And Joe's not that type of guy. He just isn't for whatever reason. He's the type of guy that wants to be on the top forever, and he doesn't want to let go of it. But if you're not willing to help out your teammates and coach them up and things like that, that's just, to me, that's asinine. You are single-handedly hurting your team by doing so.
I was really confused about it, but I realized I didn't know that Flacco was from like Philly. In that area, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was a Philly native. And once I found that out, now he's just trying to do the whole hometown type thing. He gave us.
I see what he's playing his cards. Yeah, I get it.
I'll play good anywhere. Why not play for the team you grew up rooting for, at the end of your career, just to give your people at home something to cheer for you about. But you're not Flacco. Just know that. You're not getting in the game. We're not going to let you play. This is just for show. You haven't been good since your last Super Bowl.
Right. And like you said, I'm just as comfortable with Nick Mullins as my backup. I really am.
He had a couple of good games, man.
People say, but Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Yeah, how many years ago was that?
A long time ago.
And how much of his defense was that dependent on?
A lot.
Come on. Yeah, let's be real.
Let's
be real.
Suggs won the Super Bowl. Lewis won the Super Bowl. That's who. Kyle Bowler could have won that Super Bowl.
Hell, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with a good defense.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
When you're on the Ravens, you didn't have to be a quarterback to win the Super Bowl. You just had to keep that defense stout.
Yeah. And for the I mean, not in the Super Bowl so much, especially the secondary, but our defense was legitimate the year we won the Super Bowl. We
Mm-hmm.
were, top 3 in defense overall, definitely. And
And we ran the ball.
oh yeah,
That,
exactly. When you run the ball, when you control the clock, you keep the ball away from the offense, and that is your best defense right there.
that
Ball
is
control.
favorite players that wasn't on the team for a long time, but I still got love for is that Garrett Blunt, man. Everywhere he went, he won a Super Bowl, man. He won with the Patriots, then he left us and went somewhere else and won another Super Bowl. Where did he go after that? Who won that Super Bowl where he played on their team? I know he won one with us, he won one with the Patriots, and he won one more.
Did he?
I
I
think
don't know. Well, because I thought he went to Detroit, and I know they didn't win no damn Super Bowl.
but wasn't he who was the last couple? Kansas City, us, the Patriots, right?
Right.
And who else won?
I think he only won with 2 different teams. I do.
But he had 3 of them. I think maybe that's where I'm mixing up.
He had 3. We had 2 with New England, and then 1 with us. Yeah. Yeah. I think
New,
that's what you're thinking of.
yeah, I think he went. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's because the New England just won one again right before Tom Brady left, like a year ago, a year or two.
Yeah, I believe they did. Yeah. Mhm.
Back to them, and was on that team that won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, he won. I'm pretty sure he won a couple with Brady, and then he won 1 with us.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, I mean, like you said, like Garrett Blunt has. I was mad that we didn't re-sign him after we won the Super Bowl. I was hoping that we were gonna, at least keep him for another year or 2.
yeah.
Yeah, like he was still, he's still very productive.
At Eagles champ 1, not a chance. Keep Gary off the team.
Oh, bite your freaking tongue! He was already waived, and they haven't even gone to training camp, and he's already been waived. That just shows you how much they watched some of the film. They watched some of the film on Nate Gary last year with his back to the quarterback, and they're like, "Nope, he's gone. Yeah, go ahead and go give him his pink slip."
That's what we're talking about. Not only cornerbacks, we've been really disrespecting our linebackers, man. We ain't been drafting no good linebackers in the early rounds, man. Like over this last little pit here, like at least 5-6 years, we haven't. When the last time we had a good linebacker, man? Like in the middle, that we drafted, like
Jordan Hicks.
But we got.
Yeah, he ended up getting hurt, and then he went to Arizona.
There's talking about seeing about bringing him back too.
Yeah, I heard that. I did hear that too.
I like his back. He was good, but I mean, like big trotter type linebacker, a big middle, like D'Amico Ryan's linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's hit, because you still need that in the league. Because teams still do run the. It's a passing league, but they still do run the ball. You know what I'm saying? We need that linebacker that's going to come up through the A gap and hit somebody in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't have that now. I see a lot of athletic linebackers, speed linebackers back there. Wilson's kind of a mix of both. He's kind of fast, a little bit big, but he's not like super big, like Thumper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted the Alabama linebacker that just got drafted this year, or the guy that didn't even get drafted from LSU. What's the name?
From LSU?
Yeah.
Drafted?
Or did he get drafted like late? Either got drafted late, or what was his name though?
Are you talking about the linebacker?
Yeah.
Jabril Cox?
Jabril.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone like him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, he got drafted. Yeah, he got drafted.
What was it, like 5th round or something like that?
Not sure, but I know he got drafted though.
I remember I was like, dang, he's still on the board.
Yeah.
Just kept passing up on him. So
yeah, I know and that's the thing, I'm just hoping that, after reading the rumor that we, only wanted to pay someone like Steven Nelson $3 million a year, and he wants 5. I'm really hoping that we're not trending towards that, not valuing positions as we do in linebacker to corner, because that would not be good.
Yeah,
these defensive positions are very important. They're keys to us being successful as a whole. If we want to be a winning team, we have to start investing in these key positions that we're not. And like you said, linebackers definitely been one of them. And when after J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain came off the board this past draft, my wheels started turning because I'm thinking, okay, the Giants are going to get Devontae, the Cowboys are going to get who I don't know, and then possibly does that leave Parsons for us? I was thinking maybe we were gonna draft a linebacker in the first round, but it ended up working out a different way. But
I was so happy when we traded back in front of him. I was like, man,
oh God, yeah, that blew me away. I mean, you're
stuff, man. We're gonna end it. I wasn't even happy with being with just Parkins, to be honest with you. I wasn't, because I was like, how'd you move so far back when you started at 6, man? We
right.
Auto at 6. You didn't want him, whatever. Move back. You could have got, Devontae Smith, but you moved back again, but then you moved back up and he made up for it. So I was like, all right, I can deal with the first round Devontae. That worked out. But if he wouldn't have, man, I was right there like, ugh. Parsons, he should be good. What does this guy say, Cowboy?
If we would have drafted Jabril Cox, we would have had double Cox on defense.
Yeah, that would been all right. Cox and Cox. We got a lot of Cox in our defense, baby.
That's right. We're swinging them around.
Big dicks and Cox, baby. Big dicks and Cox.
But yeah, the Cowboys invest in linebackers. They do. Yeah, they got Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They still need cornerback help though. So I don't know what they're planning on doing out there.
Years, I feel like they've always been paper champs. Like they always have good teams, man. I always go into the season thinking, oh, I just don't think they can beat us consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like our division itself, like in terms of being consistent winners against somebody else, that just doesn't really happen. And I think we beat the Cowboys more nowadays, more than they, like back in the day, they probably beat us a lot more when they had like the Emmitt Smith, the Troy Aikman days. But right. I think it was turned to where we beat majority of our division majority of the time a lot more nowadays. So I'm not really worried. I don't really care who they draft or who they you know what I'm saying?
That blew me away though when we traded up with Dallas.
Yeah.
That I've watched a lot of drafts in my years as an NFL fan, and I don't ever remember any division rivals trading up that high in the draft before. That blew me away. My eyes went like, wow. Like I was like, hold on, we're on the clock. I was like, what? We're on the clock. What's going on? Right? The Cowboys just traded with us. I was like, oh, we got Devontae. That was. I already knew. Knew. Yeah.
Yeah, you knew the pick once the trade was made.
Yeah.
Devontae's coming to Philly, baby.
Yeah.
South Carolina. I remember when that happened. I was like, what? We traded up? Devontae's coming.
Right. With the Cowboys too. It's crazy. Like Jerry was like, fuck you, New York.
Yeah.
You're not getting him. You're not, even though your quarterback's trash, you're still not getting Devontae Smith. Even though you have Danny Dempster's throwing him the ball, you're still not getting him.
Yeah. And see, Jalen's a Texas boy. So he maybe gave Jalen some love. You know what, Jalen, I'm going to help you out, little youngster. I'm going to go ahead and let you get your old receiver back.
Either that or Jerry's like, I don't think Jalen's going to make it in the NFL. So go ahead and give him Devontae.
No.
I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got what it takes.
Yeah, he is cocky.
That's the way Jalen's going to look at it. And that's a more disrespect and just more, you're just pouring more gasoline on the fire. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it, media. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Out of all the disrespectful lists, which do you think is the most disrespectful? That's happened over the last week or two since, the quarterback, the receiver, the offense, Smith being the fourth best out of the bunch. All the disrespect, all the hate. What is the most disrespectful, do you think?
It's pretty close between Hurts and Sanders. But because Sanders is, he's a veteran who has played multiple seasons in the NFL now, I definitely think that was more of a slap in the face to Miles Sanders being listed at 27. Yeah. When you got backup running backs listed ahead of him, like guys like Cam Akers and things like that. Just like it's like, give me a freaking break, Maurice Jones-Drew. I understand you used to play running back in the NFL and you were pretty damn good. You were like a bowling ball out there. You know, you were really hard to tackle, but your list is shit. It really is. Because to put Miles Sanders at 27, I mean, that's highly, highly disrespectful to a proven, NFL veteran.
Yeah. Yeah. My two definitely is pretty close between Devontae being the fourth best. Like, who did better than him?
That's all. They base that on what they think of Jalen Hurts now, which they don't even know.
Do that.
So it's like, give me a break.
Yeah, you don't know that about Jalen, but then you can't even, you already done judged Jalen. So how can you judge Jalen twice?
Right. Right.
Devontae's
Yeah.
fourth best receiver. There's not even a receiver in the last two drafts that done did, or since what 20 years since Desmond.
Right.
Done like that. So how are you gonna say the dude's gonna be the fourth in his own draft? That's ridiculous.
Right.
But Jalen too. There's 32 teams in the league, and you're not even on top 40. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely. I agree with you.
How do you get?
It's another. He listed other backup quarterbacks ahead of Jalen. It's like you're going to list guys like Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater,
Kellen Mond.
Come on, Kellen, all those rookies. Exactly. Yeah, that's just asinine. All those rookies. I mean, for all we know, the number one pick could fall on his face and be an absolute bust.
I said
Jacksonville.
I think it won't happen because Sunshine's pretty good, but it's see him in some games last year. Like I didn't understand why he didn't play so much last year with the COVID thing.
Yeah,
that should have only been like a 1 week thing. Hell, Nick Saban had COVID. He coached the next week, so why? He didn't. He missed like 4 or 5 games with that COVID stuff. You know, I think that was.
Some people got it worse than others. Some people. There was definitely, some people. Like I had a buddy of mine. He was actually on my. I have a Niner fan who was on my channel. He's going to be on my channel again. Niner J. He got COVID. Did not have any underlying health issues. Did not have any breathing. Did not have asthma. Didn't have diabetes. A little overweight. But other than that, did not have any health issues, and he was in the hospital for a damn near a month with COVID. And yeah, so it's just different. People got it worse than others. Things like that.
I get that, but you seen him on the sidelines chilling.
I got you. Yeah, it's not like he was in the hospital. Yeah, I get you.
Hospital stuff that'd be totally different, but you just seen him out there chilling.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like more like he was kind of opting out, but not opting out.
Yeah. Didn't want to risk getting hurt. Try to use COVID as an excuse to kind of skate through the season. Yeah, I get it.
Chase did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, opted out. Even that other Henry only played 6 games before he opted out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But hey, it was fun. We are over 2 hours here.
Yeah.
It went pretty fast. I didn't even know. I looked up like, damn.
Right? Like, damn, 2 hours.
But man, thank you so much for joining me on my show.
Of course.
Again, do it on your channel next time. You know what I'm saying? We go out west, baby, and
have you in the nest.
Oh yeah, have me in the nest there, buddy. I'm for it. And tell everybody else. I know they know where you're from, but tell everybody where you're from, where they can find you at.
Absolutely. Yeah. Come check me out. I got my own Eagles YouTube channel. It's called The Nest Out West with Philly Foothills. That's me. It's a Philly Fuego production. My alter ego is Philly Fuego, bringing lots of energy, bringing that fire, always keeping it fuego. And yeah, you can find me. You can just go on YouTube, type in either Philly Foothills or The Nest Out West. It'll come up. I am just past 900 subscribers yesterday, so the channel is growing very quickly. It's very humbling to just continue to provide good content for you guys. But yeah, come check me out. Philly Foothills on The Nest Out West. Got lots of good content. Always putting out videos, live streams, things like that. So yeah, come sub me up. Drop me a like, share, definitely, and very, very much appreciate it. And go sub up my man over here too. Let's get my man's channel growing. We need to get Birdman or Bird Gang 31 some more subs. So definitely go like, share, and subscribe to his channel. Go watch his content, and let's get him there. So let's do it.
All right, guy. Well, till next time, like we always say, fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time on Eagles Bird Gang Sports Talk Nation. All that. We out.
Keep it fuego.